2027 Kia Telluride in the EX versus 2026 Kia Sorento in the EX. They are both front-wheel drive in our video today, but you also have the option of getting all-wheel drive in both of them. What are the trim levels that you get in the Kia Telluride versus Kia Sorento? Absolutely no difference. They both have LX, S, EX, SX and SX Prestige, and then on top of these 5 trims you can add 2 packages, the X line or the X Pro. The X Pro you can only add it to the SX Prestige, to the X line you can add it to the EX, SX and the SX Prestige. So that makes it a total of 9 different trims for both of them, regardless if you get the Sorento or the Telluride. Now, welcome to the Car Compass. My name is Sandu, and this is a comparison I'm gonna bring you today with differences, design, space, dimensions, cargo. So all that, you're gonna find them out today. If you're in the market for a Sorento or a Telluride, this is the right place to be. Now, the Sorento comes with a maximum passenger seating of 7, to where the Telluride gives you 8. The EX for the second row seating comes with bench standard. It happens that this Sorento in our video today has a premium package, which you will see captain seating on the second row seating, which is because of that premium package. Now, we're not going to discuss any add-ons, we're not going to discuss premium packages, just direct differences as far as the design goes, as far as the space, legroom and all that good stuff. Now, before we start, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That's really going to help me out with this channel to grow, bring you more content like this one, comparisons between different sizes, between trims like EX versus SX, and so on. Also, a big thank you and a shout out to Kia Folsom Lake here in Folsom, California for providing me with both of these cars for this comparison. Don't forget, this video is filmed in 4K. Make sure you adjust the YouTube settings to watch this at the highest quality. And also, I'm carrying this measuring tape because once we get in the cargo, I'm going to give you measurements into inches, not just cubic feet of space. Now let's discuss engine. There's a little bit difference in horsepower, but nothing else. They both come with a 2.5 liter turbocharged engine, 4-cylinder dual overhead cam or double overhead cam with 8-speed automatic transmission, and they both have 311 pound-feet of torque. But when it comes to horsepowers, the Sorento in our video today comes with 281, to where the Telluride comes with 274. So how come the Sorento has more? I have no idea. Leave in the comment section below if you know, and we're gonna let our viewers know as well. Now, as far as the tank size capacity, it's also going to be a difference. The Telluride comes with 19 gallons of tank size capacity, to where the Sorento is 17.7. Now, keep in mind, if you have hybrid in the Telluride, that tank size capacity might change. The towing capacity is also different, 5,000 maximum on the Telluride, 3,500 maximum on the Sorento. And also the MPG is going to be different in this front-wheel drive, because they are both front-wheel drive. In the Telluride, you get 20 city and 26 highway, to where on this one you get 20 city and 29 highway. If you go all-wheel drive, you're going to get 18 and 24, to where this one gets you 20 and 27. So that's the difference in MPG. Now you know it. Engine, not much difference in my opinion, so it really doesn't matter which one you go. As far as the design goes, there are going to be huge differences, and I already have a preference, but I'm not going to let you know in this video because I don't want to influence you in any way. I guess it all depends if you really need the space or you don't. It comes down to that. Now, as far as the release date, the Telluride was first offered in 2020 in USA, to where the Sorento was first offered in 2001 in USA. And I don't know if you know the history of Kia. In 1944 is when they started with some bicycle components and then some steel tubing, and then later on they decided to go in car manufacturing, and also later on they also manufactured cars for Mazda and Ford. In 2006 they brought in this designer from Audi, and that's when everything changed, and 20 years later you see this amazing design in Sorento and the Telluride. So that's a little bit of history for Kia. And now let's go ahead and start with the front end. Huge difference in the headlights, but they both come full LED with daytime running lights, full LED, and they both have the daytime running lights in amber light. The front grille is going to be different between the Sorento and the Telluride, and don't mind those fog lights. Those are added because of the premium package, and they have nothing to do with the EX. I tried to get the same exact color in both of them, and let me tell you that the Sorento in our video today comes with the wolf gray, to where the Telluride in our video today comes with an ivory silver. They might look almost the same, but they are not. It's a gray versus a silver. Now the front grille is also going to be different. The Sorento has just high glass, where the Telluride has a little bit of matte black plastic, and then you're also going to have some difference in the lower bumper. Now let's go ahead to the side and discuss the rims and the tires. And first to the Sorento, it's a bicolor with a machine surface and high gloss rim, and the exact rubber you're going to get is going to be a Continental Cross LX Sport, the exact size 255 by 45 by 20, to where the Telluride in our video today has a different rubber, but it's still a bicolor rim with machine surface and high gloss, and it's a Kumo Majesty X, and the exact size you're going to get is going to be a 255 by 50 by 20. So that's going to be your difference, and then your wheel well trims are going to be different as well. Sorento only gets matte black plastic, to where on the Telluride with the new design, very interesting, very futuristic, has some high gloss as well. Now the next difference is going to be your side mirrors. They do not come with the 360 camera, but you're going to see a difference in design, and that's a huge difference in design in my opinion. On the Sorento, you do have some trims on the fender and also the side mirror, and then your handles are going to be another big difference as well. You do have pop-up handles, and these are going to be flushed with the car on the Telluride once you lock the car, to where the Sorento is a more of the traditional pull handle that you have. Also, these crossbars on both of them are going to be added options, so don't mind that. But the panoramic roof is going to look different if you have it on the Sorento or if you have it on the Telluride. The Sorento will offer you full panoramic, to where the Telluride only offers you the tilt slide for the front passengers, and that's pretty much it. Now let's move forward towards the end of this car for the side, but before we do that, let me go ahead and give you dimensions. And now starting with dimensions in length, you're going to have almost 10 inches difference. The Telluride gives you 199.2, to where the Sorento gives you 189.6. Then the width is going to be a 3.5 inch difference. That's going to be 78.3 in the Telluride, to where the Sorento has 74.8, and that does not include the mirrors. Your height is very little difference, 70.5 inches for the Telluride, to where the Sorento has 66.9. Wheelbase is going to be huge, 6.1 inches in difference. That's 116.9 versus 100.8. Your ground clearance is 7.4 for the Telluride and 6.9 for the Sorento, which pretty much gives you a 0.5 inches in difference. Now here, let's take a look at the rear of both the Telluride and the Sorento. And now here in the back, with the differences between the Telluride in 2027 versus Sorento in 2026, almost no similarities. Everything is different, starting with these tail lights. Actually, maybe the windshield wiper, because it's tucked under this spoiler, it's similar, and also maybe your camera position. That might be similar. Also under the car, you do have a spare tire, and the exhaust tip is hidden under on the passenger side on both of them. So those are similarities, but tail lights totally different. On the Telluride, looks very futuristic, very nice design, flush with the car. Many people are saying this looks like a Range Rover. You let me know in the comment section below if you believe that or if you agree with them. And now also your bumper sensors are located pretty much on the same position. Your parking reflectors, that tow hitch on the Sorento is an added on package. It's not part of the premium package, so please keep that in mind. And then let's go ahead and see how do you open these tailgates. You have a button right next to your rear view camera right here. It's going to electrically open the tailgate, and then on the Sorento, you do have the button right here down where the tailgate ends pretty much. So that's a totally different positioning for those buttons. And now let's go ahead and talk cargo cubic feet of space. And you're looking right now at the Sorento. If you have all the seats up, you're going to get 12.6 cubic feet of space versus the Telluride, you get 22.3, so almost 10 cubic feet of space difference. If you lower the third row down, you're going to get 38.5, to where the Telluride gets you 48.7. That's another 10 cubic feet of space difference. And if you have all the seats down for the third and the second row, you're going to get 86.9 in the Telluride, to where the Sorento gets you 75.5. So that's another 10 cubic feet of space difference. So pretty much total, you're going to get a lot of cubic feet of space difference. Now let's go ahead and see measurements for the Sorento. You're getting 15.5 behind the third row. If you drop the backrest of this third row, let's drop both of them and go behind the second row seating, you're getting about 45 inches right there. Go all the way to your center console in the Sorento, up to your plastic paneling, you're going to get 78.5 right there. And then from left to right on the Sorento, you're getting 42.5. There you go. Your entrance for the Sorento, it's gonna get you 30.5 right there. And if you want to load something in this beautiful Sorento, you're gonna get about 31 inches. There you go. And now let's go ahead and take a look and see what you get in the Sorento. You get less storage under this mat right here with your tire situation. That's going to be a huge difference, but your 12-volt outlet is still going to be located on the passenger side, just different position. And then these two buttons, that's going to help you to drop the backrest of those two front seats, just like that. It's the same in both of them, just different location. In the Telluride, you have it on the driver's side, to where on the Sorento, you have it on the passenger side. And this comes with a Bose because of the premium package that's not included in the EX, and this is how it looks in the Sorento if you have the subwoofer. The Telluride in our video today has no subwoofer or no upgraded video. And now let's go ahead and take a quick look at the Telluride and see how much space you have under this floor mat. There you go, a lot more storage room, and this is your tire situation, 12-volt outlet, pretty much on the same side but different position a little bit, and then these two buttons to drop the backrest of the second row seating. Instead of a subwoofer, you have some cubby room right there. Now, measuring in inches, backrest from the third row to your plastic paneling, 22 inches right there. Then if you drop this backrest down and you go behind the second row seating, which I left in the normal position, it's going to get you 52 inches. And let's drop the 60% of that bench of the second row with an electric button right here. There you go. And now try to go all the way to your center console. And that's going to bring you about 86.5 inches in length. And now let's drop the other side of this third row with the belt, which is manually controlled. And then you're going to get from left to right about 45 inches right there. And then let's see your entrance. That's going to get you about 30.5 inches right there. And if you try to load anything in this new Telluride, that's going to get you about 32 inches, maybe 32.5. So that's pretty much what the differences for the exterior dimensions, cargo, engine, and all that. Let's go ahead and talk interior differences. Now I'm sitting inside the 2027, the Telluride in the EX, and this is the bigger brother, the more expensive one, and the price difference is going to be pretty significant. The Telluride in our video today comes at $43,790 to where the Sorento in our video today comes at $38,290. So that's a $5,500 difference. You make the decision. I know that the Telluride is the newest released interface design and everything is amazing on this new Telluride, but also consider the Sorento because that's a smaller SUV for different needs. You still have 6 passengers if you have the captain chairs or a maximum of 7 passengers. So where this Telluride offers you 7 passengers if you have the captain chairs to a maximum of 8 passengers if you have the bench. Legroom, because that's huge and that's important for everybody. And you would be surprised that the front legroom is the same in both of them, 41.4 inches. I have absolutely no issue as far as the legroom goes or headroom, no issue. Second row is going to give you a difference, 41.7 in the Sorento to where the Telluride gets you 43 inches. So that's 1.3 inch difference. And then the third row is going to be a huge difference, 32.1 in the Telluride to where the Sorento gets 29.6. So that's 2.5 inches difference, but you would be surprised how much space and room you have on the third row of that Sorento. I went in there on the back, third row, and it's amazing. Now let's go ahead and start with the seats. There's going to be difference. This Telluride in our video today happens to come with an add-on option for the butter brown color, but otherwise this would come black standard. There is difference in design and difference in look. Now the dashboard will be different as well, more levels on the Telluride. You can tell it's a bigger car for sure. This is a mid-size towards the large size SUV, and then you do have different design for the air vents as well. Both of them come with lockable glove compartment, and this is how the Telluride looks like. And this infotainment screen, they both come with 12.3 inches for the display infotainment and then 12.3 inches for the cluster. The one in the Sorento is a little bit curved like that. Here in the Telluride, you do have this extra screen right here for the climate control, and this is how it looks if you have it. Let's go ahead and show you how it gets controlled. There you go, touch sensitive, and if you want physical buttons, you do have them down here. And then you can also control it for the back, and the Telluride gets tri-zone climate control as standard to where the Sorento gets just dual zone climate control standard. They both come with pretty much, let's go ahead and go back to the main screen home. They both come with navigation integrated, and this is how the camera looks like inside the Telluride. It's pretty much the same quality, navigation exactly the same. Interface looks almost the same with the cards, a little bit more updated here in the Telluride. Let's go ahead to the setup, to the vehicle, and then the driver assist. So I don't want to waste too much time here. This is how it looks here for the extra buttons with your USB-C ports. Total different design for the center console right here. Dual charging pad for the wireless pads on charging your phones, and then this control bar pretty much is in different position. And a huge other difference is going to be your shifting lever. In the Sorento is right here in the center console, to where this Telluride got the updated one, just like the bigger brothers from Hyundai, like Palisade and Santa Fe. And then here with the handles, with the bridge, over here 12-volt outlet located in different positioning. Everything here is different. Even your armrest is a dual opening here on the Telluride, to where the Sorento has just one regular opening up like that. And now your rear view mirror has absolutely no difference, and this control panel is going to be different just because the Sorento comes with the panoramic sunroof as an added option from the premium package, and that's why you're going to see that huge difference here. So that's how it looks if you have it or if you don't in the Sorento. Now your steering wheel, it looks pretty similar, quad spoke steering wheel in both of them, just different design, and pretty much the cards are gonna be the same. You control it from here for your cluster. This is the Telluride, and then you have the knob where you go through your cards, and then this is going to be your telephone, voice control, volume, and your custom mode. And then your drive modes are the same in both of them: Eco, Normal, Sport, and My Drive. And then on the left side you have the lever for your lights, and then the right side the lever for your windshield wiper with your paddle shifters right there. On the left side of the steering wheel is going to be pretty different, and you're going to have more buttons here on the Telluride with the illumination, the electronic parking with your tow, the auto hold for the tailgate, auto on off, and the traction control. So pretty much a lot of buttons from the center console were moved here on the left side of the steering wheel. Now the driver door is going to have different design, a lot bigger on this Telluride one compared to the Sorento, but you still have the same controls. One difference is that you do have automatic foldable side mirrors in the Telluride, to where the Sorento does not offer you that option. And then the Sorento comes with the upgraded option of Bose sound system, and the Telluride has just a regular standard sound system from Kia, but that's not a direct difference. You can get those as added options. Now let's go ahead and talk second row and third row seating in differences. Now here on the second row seating of this Telluride in 2027, this has the bench. This bench is standard on the EX, regardless if you get the Sorento or the Telluride. It happens that the captain seats on the Sorento is an added option because of the premium package, but otherwise you do get the bench. Now space test 43 inches here for this Telluride, to where on the Sorento you get 41.7 inches, so that's going to feel a little bit more spacious in this Telluride. You do have the option to adjust this backrest in both of them, the Telluride and the Sorento, for more comfort during long road trips. And then here you have an armrest in this Telluride because of the bench, and this is a floating armrest with two cup holders and then a phone holder as well. And then this center console is going to look totally different. You do have the air vents located in the center console for the Sorento, to where here in the Telluride all you have is two cup holders and then more storage. Up top you're going to have the control for the tri-zone climate control, because you do have that option in the Telluride. The Sorento does not offer you the tri-zone climate control, and then the air vents are located on the headliner instead of the center console. The backrest of these front seats are going to look totally different, but the USB-C positioning is in the same spot. On the Sorento you do have extra mesh pockets for the backrest. Door panel is going to look totally different, and the EX in the Telluride will give you the sunshade and will give you the safety feature. When you open the door, it's going to let you know if a bicyclist or somebody is coming from behind, then you have to keep the door closed until they pass. Now the way you're going to control these seats are going to be exactly the same in both of them. You do have a lever here to move it back and forth. You do have a lever here for the backrest. There you go. You do have two buttons to bunny hop, one for the shoulder, just like that, and then another button on the side to bunny hop again, just like that. There you go. And now your handles are going to be two in the Telluride, one on the headliner, one on the B-pillar, to where the Sorento only has one up here. Now let's go ahead and do some space tests on the third row seating. And now I'm sitting here on the third row seating of this Telluride. It's going to be 32.1 inches. I'm 6 feet tall. For the legroom, definitely enough. And you're going to see that compared with the Sorento, this bench is going to be sitting a little bit higher on the Telluride, to where the Sorento is a little bit lower, closer to the floor. So that's another difference. Seats were simplified here when compared to the second and the first row on the Telluride, to where on the Sorento you have the same seating surface as the second row, but they were simplified when compared to the first row. You do have cup holders in both of them, Sorento and the Telluride. You do have USB-C ports, and the air vents are going to be located on the Telluride on the headliner up here, to where the Sorento does not offer you air vents on the third row. So that's another huge difference. But as far as the seating and comfort, you can drop the backrest on the Telluride, and that's going to give you a lot of comfort, even if you don't have that panoramic sunroof to give you the idea of more space. You still have a lot of comfort. It's going to be a little bit of difference because the Sorento gets you the captain chairs, and you do have more space for your legs. But other than that, space test here, perfect, absolutely no issue, no complaint. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Sorento. Now here on the front seats for the 2026 Sorento EX, and it's sure that this EX comes with the premium package that's going to offer you the panoramic sunroof, and that's going to give you different controls for this panel right here. But I couldn't find an EX that doesn't have the premium package today. So differences are, you're going to see, let's start first with the legroom. Front is going to be the same, 41.4. I don't feel any differences. They both come with the steering wheel manually controlled. So pretty much you have a lever here, you control it manually. In the EX, Sorento or Telluride, I'm 6 feet tall. This is how you feel. And you saw the difference between Telluride and the Sorento. Seating surface is going to be different. You have electric controls for both of them, driver and passenger. But one other difference is that you get memory seats in the Telluride, to where the Sorento does not get you memory seats. And you're going to see that on the door panel for the Telluride. And now your dashboard. This is your dashboard inside the Sorento, and different lines, different design, multiple levels in the Telluride, and you do have lockable compartment here as well as mentioned. And if you look at this screen, it's a little bit curved on the Sorento, to where on the Telluride is more of a straight line, but they both come with a 12.3 here, 12.3 for the cluster, pretty much the same navigation. And then your interface looks just a little bit different, more updated on the Telluride. But when you go inside and you go to the vehicle, driver assistance, this looks pretty much the same. Now this control panel right here is going to be different for your climate, to where the Telluride has the climate control also here, and then physical buttons here. And then your USB-C ports are going to be different with your wireless charging pad. They both come with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and the difference is that the Telluride offers you 2 wireless charging pads, to where the Sorento only offers you 1. This shift lever is going to be totally different, to where the Telluride has it behind this steering wheel, and then your start-stop button is going to be on that lever, to where here on the Sorento it's a start-stop push button right there. Your cup holders, your center console, everything is different here. You have a bridge in the Telluride, and this armrest is going to be also totally different. Your rear view mirror, there is no difference here. And then this control panel is going to look different because you have that panoramic roof inside this Sorento. And now your steering wheel, a little bit different design as far as the spoke goes, but you do have flat top, flat bottom in both of them. And as I mentioned, pretty much the same controls in both of them. I'm not going to waste too much time here. Lever here for the lights, and then you do have controls for the LED because that's an added option on the premium package. And then your lever here for the windshield wiper. Another big difference is going to be on the left side of this steering wheel. This is how it looks on the Sorento. Less buttons, to where the Telluride has more buttons because they were moved from the center console on the left side of the steering wheel. And now your door panel looks a little bit more simpler in the Sorento, and then your controls for your side mirrors and your windows is going to be pretty much in the same position, and that Bose sound system is an added option. Now let's go ahead and talk second and third row seating in the Sorento. And now second row seating of this 2026 Sorento in the EX. Space test first because that's huge importance. 41.7 here in the Sorento, 43 in the Telluride, and I do have enough space for the second row seating. I don't feel the difference that much, to be honest. You do have captain seats because of that premium package, and it feels more open, more spacious here. The center console will give you the air vents here, to where the Telluride will give you the air vents up top on the headliner. You do have a 12-volt outlet here on the Sorento, to where the Telluride does not offer you the 12-volt outlet for the second row seating. Now the door panel is going to look different. The Telluride, it's going to give you the sunshade, to where the Sorento does not offer that option, and the backrest of these seats, total different design, more futuristic in the Telluride, but the USB-C ports are going to be located in the same position for the front passenger and driver. And the way you're going to control these seats, exactly the same. Lever back and forth, lever for the backrest, button for bunny hopping, and then another button to bunny hop this seat forward from the side. Now let's see space test for the third row in Sorento. And now this is the third row for the Sorento. As mentioned, the bench is sitting a lot lower, closer to the floor, and then your knees are going to be a lot higher. I'm not sure if this is an uncomfortable situation for you if you're doing long road trips, but 32.1 in the Telluride versus 29.6 here in the Sorento. It really doesn't feel that much of a big difference. I feel very comfortable here, but you don't have the option to adjust this backrest in the Sorento, to where the Telluride gives you the option to adjust the backrest. You do have cup holders and a little bit of cubby room in the Sorento, both left and right, and then you have USB-C ports. But what you don't have here in the Sorento is those air vents, so that's missing. Now, because you have captain chairs, this is going to feel more spacious, more open, and it's going to give you more room for your legs. Now, price tag. Let's take a look at the 2026 Kia Sorento in the EX. With that premium package as an added option, starting MSRP sticker is $38,290. That's where we start our direct comparison. And now here's the MSRP sticker for the Kia Telluride in the 2027 EX, and that start price is going to be $43,790. So that's a $5,500 difference. That's going to be your direct difference. If you're comparing Sorento to the Telluride, $5,500 difference. Don't mind all the added options, don't mind the premium package, don't mind the roof rails, don't mind the tow hitch, don't mind anything of that. Your direct difference is going to be that $5,500. You let me know how I did in this comparison. You let me know if you're interested in the Telluride or the Sorento. If you leave a comment in the comment section below, I will try to get back to you. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. That's really going to help me out with my channel. And thank you for watching.